Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Wicked and Wise. It is live on Kickstarter now, and beautiful art, of course, from Beth Sobel. And this is for Tessa Elise, somebody who I had recently interviewed on my Gaming with Edo channel as a new designer. So super excited to check this game out. This is a team-based trick-taking game with major and minor roles shared between players. And it has, normal cards, trump cards, and special abilities. If you understood what I just said, this game has a lot of potential to be a game you love. If the words I said didn't make sense, it's going to be a little tough to get into. This game leans heavily on being a good trick-taking player, and it leans heavily on solving these interesting trick-taking game problems. And so it's a little hard to review in that regard, or preview. This is a prototype copy, because I love trick-taking games. So this game does some really cool things. It's super cool, some of the dynamics in it, which I will talk about. But it is not welcoming to new players, and that needs to be improved. And I'll provide a little feedback to the team and provide some more. But the rules are written like you know how to play a trick-taking game and know what trump suits are and that kind of thing. And playing a two-player version of this game requires you to play two roles at once, which is serious. But let's talk about the game because it's good. So the conceit here is awesome. Dragons are teaming up with mice, and so one player is the dragon player and the other player is the mouse, or the other player is the mouse and the dragon. And you are going to have goals, and so this is where adding to trick-taking games. So you have goals. You have things that you have objectives for your turn that you can meet for each series of tricks each round, and you're going to get coins, which are victory points for doing that. It's sort of like the betting system where you're I bet I'm gonna win 3 tricks, or I bet I'm gonna win 4. But instead, there are just more interesting dynamics and more interesting goals. So the goal selection is really interesting in this game. Players have different decks you draw from, and it's really an interesting take on the selection of those goals. So and then you have goals, and then you pass goals to the mice, and the mice pick their goals. So all of that is really cool and works well. The next bit to it, though, is you have your standard suits. Now, again, for people who aren't as familiar with trick-taking games, I generally think, these games all started with decks of cards. You have 4 suits. They're from 1 to 15. And, you're matching suits when you play. So we're each going to take a turn playing a card, and the winner, it starts on a suit, and the winner is the person with the highest number on that suit, right? It's that's very trick-taking game. So 4 suits, 4 numbers, and then there are also trump cards, which are the gems. This is interesting because it's a different deck, and some can get dealt up, but generally speaking, you have to get them from the mice, which is super cool. Okay. So, I have a goal as a dragon. I have a partner mouse who has their cards. And so we're going to be playing to a trick. I play a 1, and then a mouse player goes on top of that with a 2, and we go around. Now, when the mice play cards, they get special abilities. Swap cards, move cards around, hand things around. But they can't win hands. They can just do these abilities that they get gold. They give gold. They're doing these cool special abilities, and then you only review the dragon cards. And there's this turn order guide for how many dragons and when the mouse plays, and but anyway, there's a lot going on. And then in addition to all of that, on top of all of that, there's these treasures, all of which are gorgeous, of course. And then these can get played, and they like do crazy cool things. Like gain 1 card for every even card played during the trick. Gain 3 cards if you win the trick when the rose or the, I don't know what that is, the swirl or the lead. Like, this game is chock full of complexity. Yeah, so again, team-based, interesting goal cards, major minor players, interesting trump system, and then these treasures. Again, I think this game is going to be a challenge for a lot of game groups. However, if you have a sweet spot game group for this, who like invest in playing it and learning it, and I'm not a huge fan. Like, I think you got to cut the 2-player personally. But the that sweet spot for 4 or 6 players who like a crew that like plays these games and loves them, I think this is mind blowing. Like, I think they will love it, right? So like it's really interesting there. It leans so heavily on the genre, that, or whatever you call it, the mechanics, that like that does it. I also I just reviewed another game called Blast, which is a trick-taking game, and Beth's art's amazing. I like the suit cards. Like, I think you can have cards look like cards. I think it's okay. And so you know, you have to get used to playing with all the images to make it as suits. But you know, it works. That's a minor thing, because like, look at that, it's amazing. Anyway, I like this game. I really do. I just, playing with a number of groups, really saw a range. So again, if it resonated with you in the beginning, don't go for it. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.